TCI is brought to you by Spendthrift Farm, who would like to thank their breeders for making 2015 their best season yet.
Welcome back to TCI, your inside track to the Triple Crown. Alongside Joel Cunningham, I'm John Siegel. Well, Joel, we can officially say, man, we're the inside track to the Triple Crown. We did it. We got a Triple Crown winner. Man, it's been a blast following these horses. And, I mean, dude, we were a part of history. Yeah,
it was unbelievable, and we were a pretty intimate part of history too. I mean, our connections, with the Zayat family and Bob Baffert, we got to be a part of the Derby winner's circle. Certainly, we're there amongst the chaos last weekend at Belmont when this horse hit the wire, and what a roar, John, from the crowd. I mean, I've been to a lot of big-time sporting events, but to hear that roar when he hit the finish line, and to me it rivaled any mainstream sporting event I've ever been to, whether it be a national championship game or even a Kentucky Derby when you have 150,000 in the infield, only 90,000 in the Belmont, but you could have sworn it was the entire city of New York yelling and cheering for that horse when he hit the wire. It was amazing.
Well, we've been doing this a long time, and this show has really given us a lot of cool memories. We were able to go to Dubai, see Animal Kingdom, win the Dubai World Cup. We were there the night that Zenyatta just missed in the Breeders' Cup Classic, and the crowd was so hyped and ready to do that same kind of roar, and man, it was crickets,
Yeah.
But this was like, there was so much anticipation. Everybody wanted to see it happen, and at the quarter pole, everybody knew it was going to happen, and like you said, it was just this roar that you'll never forget. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Well, and the moment was fitting for the horse. I mean, it takes a great horse. I mean, you talk about crickets. I mean, we were there for California Chrome. I was there for Big Brown. We've seen a lot of these, sort of dominant 3-year-olds that were able to win the Derby and the Preakness so impressively come to the Belmont with all those hopes and years on their shoulders from, the drought dating back to 1978, the year I was born. And now to see this horse pull it off in the fashion that he did, he's a special colt. And look, the dosage stuff, all that stuff I gave him a hard time about, he was able to overcome that, John. Certainly got a friendly racetrack and a great setup, and he ran that final quarter in 24-1, really exploded there and won like a champion should, 5.5 lengths clear of Frosted. So special horse, and now the conversation sort of shifts for me, what now?
Yeah.
How many races will we see from this colt through the end of the year? We obviously know they're probably going to target the Breeders' Cup Classic, work back from there. I expect to maybe see 4 starts out of him before he retires and goes off to Coolmore. And there'll be a lot of jockeying amongst GMs at racetracks trying to give appearance fees and pay that insurance premium every month or whatever it may be, try to lure this horse to their track. So now it becomes very interesting as we appreciate history. What now for American Pharaoh, and how's he going to fare against older horses?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I think, Bob is so good in the Haskell. You've got to think that maybe it's the Haskell, maybe it's the Jim Dandy. They're going to have to kind of make that decision. But the cool thing is we're going to get to see this horse race again. I love the Zayats for doing that. I love that they are fans first, and they really have shown that. Bob's shown it, the Zayats have shown it. They've been so open to letting people really record history and be a part. And this horse can handle it. It's pretty cool. One of my most favorite memories, after his final gallop, we went back to the barn, and we got this picture of him in the shed row. Yeah. And the horse is just he's looking right at me. You can tell. I mean, he's just looking right at me in this photo.
That's class.
And
classy shot, too.
Thank you. My wife called me after, and she said, "What do you think, babe?" And I mean, she sounded really tense. She's like, "What do you think? Are we going to get it done?" I said, "Babe, I think we are. There's something different about this horse. You can see it in his eye, and he's just that kind of horse. And for them to open it up and let everybody be a part of that, I think is pretty cool." What's your favorite memory?
To me, the moment grew more and more on last Saturday to where I felt like, you're right, I felt like it was probably American Pharaoh's day. And a couple things are key to mention there. Really, the way the racetrack was playing. I mean, the racetrack was as tight and as fast as I've ever seen Belmont. There was no Big Sandy. Yeah. I mean, they were getting over the top of it, and it looked like glass. I mean, when they harried it, to me, it was a very firm surface. It was playing to speed. Knowing that he'd probably make the lead and knowing that, it was up to materiality, really the only tactical horse that could go with him, to me, that sort of really played into his hands. But beyond that, just the horse himself, John, I mean, when's the last time you've seen a Derby winner coming off short rest from the big performance in Arkansas Derby, having to run wide, gut out a race in the Kentucky Derby, come back and run from the gate to the wire to win the Preakness. Now, to me, I thought the Preakness was his easiest win. Once he established the lead and was able to shake off Mr. Z, I think that was his easiest win. But then to come back and work twice, I mean, they worked the horse twice, and he actually gained weight from the Preakness to the Belmont, and he looked fantastic in New York. I was amazed. Before the Derby, he didn't look as good as he did in the Belmont. So credit the horse and credit Bob Baffert. I mean, it takes a special horse to take that sort of grind. It takes a special trainer with the knowledge to be able to know his horse and to manage him the way he did. He looked phenomenal. He looked as good as I ever saw him in New York, and we saw the end result.
Definitely, and I want to thank Bob. I mean, we were a part of it with Real Quiet, and he was so gracious then, but he's changed so much. I want to thank him for allowing us to be a part of history, and it's kind of cool to be back with him again for that. I want to thank the Zayats. I want to thank Naira. I mean, they treated us so well there. They really did a great job. They won't let us show the race, but they really were gracious to us and did a great job. Want to thank Spendthrift. Without them, we wouldn't be able to put this show on and be able to go to all this stuff. Spendthrift has been a huge part of the show. The TDN, the DRF, all the people who distribute our show, man, they've been so great to put it out there and to show all the fans.
Yeah, that's so many well thought, thankful clients there, John, that you talked about. Spendthrift, a historic farm in their own right, particularly our fans and everybody that's followed Triple Crown Cider. I mean, that's the namesake of our show. We've been looking for this moment for 37 years. We've been looking for this moment personally as a show for half a dozen years, and now that we finally got it, and the fact that we're so close to the connections, I think it's a really special moment. And again, I'm anxious to see what this horse does now. I think you're going to see him in the Haskell. I mean, the Zayats are New Jersey people. I just see that happening. Bob likes to run there. The horse's tactical speed plays out there. I think you're going to see him August 2nd in the Haskell. My question there, after that, where are you going to see him? Will you see him in the Travers? Will you see him in the Pacific Classic maybe? What's his final prep going to be? Will they try not to ship him too much, keep him for the Goodwood and at Santa Anita, maybe with Bob's first string? But no question, Breeders' Cup becomes very interesting now because we're going to see the superstar face older horses, hopefully in the Classic, and what a day that will be.
Man, it's in our own backyard. That's going to be really exciting that it's here. One more person to thank. I want to thank Jason. He's our camera guy. He puts this show together for us. Man, it was a blast in New York with you, trying to watch you do Periscope. If you guys watched that, it was kind of a train wreck, to be honest, but it still was a great memory. We want to thank all of you guys for watching. It really means a lot to us, all the feedback, everything that you guys say on the blog. Make sure you stick with us. We got the Breeders' Cup. The preps are happening. We got Winning Your In starting this weekend. We'll be back in a few weeks, and we're going to lead you up to the Breeders' Cup.